Is your workplace a gun-free zone? We're at the ranch today filming the AK show to talk about how employers are discriminating against the Second Amendment and gun owners. Every day, millions of Americans are disarmed when they go to work. And I get this all the time because people who work in gun-free zones, and maybe they're not government-mandated gun-free zones like a courthouse, but they're just some private employer who hates guns, doesn't support the Second Amendment, and they're afraid that people are going to bring guns to work and cause all kinds of violence, despite the fact that what we really see is that people are coming to these places to shoot defenseless, innocent Americans. What's been happening now is that what once was a problem with employees being able to bring guns to work, Dakota's with me today. The problem has been that these private employers are telling employees that not only can they not carry their firearm into the workplace, but Dakota's got an opinion on this, but that they can't even leave the firearm in their locked vehicle. So these poor employees are disarmed not only while they're at work, but on their entire commute, from the time they leave the house to go to work and then to come back home at night. They have no protection because they can't even park their car with a firearm in it on their way to work. So what states did in return is they started passing what we called parking lot laws. And there are about 20 states, you can read about them in Infringe. We have a whole chapter on this subject. But there are at least 20 states in the country that have some kind of a law to protect employees from these employers who are disarming them. And the laws generally say that employees cannot be prohibited from leaving a firearm in a locked vehicle. What this has turned into in the last couple of years is that not only are employers prohibiting firearms on the property or in states that don't have a protective law in the parking lot, but they're actually asking on employment applications whether you are a gun owner. So this brings to mind, remember years ago when doctors, and doctors still are in some places because only a few states have passed laws to prohibit this, but yeah, she really hates this topic. So what we saw come out of Pennsylvania was a bill that proposed to make gun owners a protected class of people. Just like an anti-discrimination law that prevents employers from discriminating against someone because of their race, gun owners were added to Pennsylvania's anti-discrimination statute to say that employers can't discriminate against gun owners for owning firearms, for transporting them, for lawfully carrying them to work. So unfortunately, of course, that did not go into law. Yeah, terrible thing. None of the good ones pass. And we still have a situation where employers are allowed to fire employees if they violate a policy against bringing guns to work, and where they also, you're getting kind of greedy there, where they can prohibit you, if you're not in a state with a protective parking lot law, from bringing your firearm to work. So this is an issue that hopefully someday we may see our Supreme Court rule on in a favorable way to gun owners. Or maybe we just need to get more active at the state level and make sure that our states are passing laws like Pennsylvania proposed to pass. At my law office, which is an all-woman law office, our attorneys, our paralegals, our legal assistants, we're all women and we all carry. And in fact, I have a policy that says if you want to carry, I will pay for your training. So business owners, hear this. If you want to allow employees to defend themselves, there is a lawful way to do it, and there's a way to reduce your liability. You don't have to be afraid of workplace violence and use that as an excuse to prohibit your employees from carrying at the workplace. Thank you for joining us at Kincaid Ranch today. It's been a pleasure. As always, thank you for watching the AK Show. This is Alex AK Kincaid, and thank you for watching the AK Show. Get Alex AK Kincaid's book, Infringe, The Gun Owner's Guide to Gun Rights.